Namaste, and welcome to Yoga Today. We're continuing with the beautiful words of Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's talking to us about awakening the heart. And in the Buddhist tradition, they would say there are 4 aspects to love. There's Maitri, loving kindness. What a wonderful quality that we crave as human beings. And the next one is compassion. At this moment, our planet is desperate for each one of us to grow in compassion and let our love and light shine. Let the love of your heart, the compassion of your being, be available to your fellow human beings. The next is joy. Love without joy is not true love. Whatever's happening for other people, are we able to have that joy within and be aware of it and bring it to even the most difficult of situations? Joy isn't smiling. Joy is a profound experience. This unalloyed, ever-new joy that comes from the soul. And last but not least, the equanimity that leads to freedom. Can we in our minds and hearts find balance, not pulled from side to side, out of our center by the pairs of opposites, by good and evil, big and small, sad and happy, whatever is happening? Can we stay balanced? Because it's in that balance that instead of being driven by the one of the opposites, we're centered in that place of balance where you have access to your own soul, not living in the mind and the emotions, not just aware of your physical body, but recognizing there is more than that in your being that you came to express. And so last week we spent a little bit of time with one of these English mantras that Thich Nhat Hanh spoke about. You know, you don't have to know Sanskrit or Bengali, Chinese, the different Chinese languages. We can chant in English if that's your first language. You can chant in your first language so that you're speaking in the most natural way internally. And so last week he talked about being fully present for other people and being able to say, you know, maybe repeat it to yourself and internally within yourself until you feel that you're able to speak it out loud. You don't have to, but there may be times when somebody you love needs to hear this. And so Thich Nhat Hanh's words are, and just close your eyes, sense the core of your being. Take a couple of deep breaths. And just notice how balancing a long exhalation is. It settles your life force. It already makes it easier for you to be at peace. And then taking into mind someone you love. Feel them sitting in front of you. And just saying to them, dear one, I am here for you. And just for the next minute or so, I want to repeat that a couple of times until you can sense deeply the truth of these words. You might want to change them slightly, depending on who you're talking to. My dear friend, my love, I am here for you. Jai. Jai means victory, victory to your soul. May it be your soul that expresses, not the ego and its fears and woes. And when you're ready, just gently bringing your attention back. And so that was the first of these beautiful mantras that he talked about. And he said, you know, what a blessing to be able to do that for those you love. In fact, he says, those you live with, whether that be in your house or your neighborhood, area, your country, spreading out from those closest to you. And so he says, make a point of doing this a few times a day so that you are fully present for those that you love. I mean, it's a terrible thing to think, you know, our attention span, if it's good, a few years ago, many years ago, was about 11 seconds, which means the person you love most in the world is getting about 11 seconds of your time before you get distracted by something else. What a gift it is to give somebody, to be present, to choose, to make that effort to be present for them in this beautiful way. My love, I am here for you. You know, we think Our job is to be here for ourselves. I'm here for me. Not recognizing, when you're here for somebody else is when you learn to be here for yourself. In the Lakota Sioux tradition, they don't pray for themselves. They pray for all my relations. Two-legged, four-legged, winged, all of creation. All my relations. It's by being here for others, by learning to love them, that we awaken our hearts and are able eventually to truly love ourselves, or at least to truly experience love from deep within you. So he says, please do this a couple of times a day with those you love. Instead of being busy doing something else when you're in their presence, take the time, take a breath, center yourself, and look at them. See them. Look deeply. Look deeply not only with your eyes, but with your heart. And be able to say truly, my dear one, I am here for you. He says, practice it. He says there's a wonderful way to practice it, is practice it on the in and the out breath. Do it 3 times. Breathe in and breathe out. And you can do it. You can inhale and exhale. Dear one, I am here for you. And another inhalation. And he highly recommends you do it an odd number of times. Do it 3 times, do it 5 times, do it 7 times. And then, he said, if you choose to, you could actually say it to the person whose presence you're in. My love, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And so, he says, then we can move on to the second of these beautiful mantras. And what a wonderful thing this is. The words are, dear one, I know that you're here, and that makes me very happy. Oh my goodness. If you see children on a carousel, on a roundabout, in a car or a horse going round and round, they go away from you. If you're a parent or the person who's taking them, they go away, they have their back to you, and they come round and they can't wait to be seen and to see the excitement in your being. See the smile on your face, the joy. And it's this quality, oh, you're here. And that makes me very happy. And off they go again, back to you. They can't see you anymore. And they're a little bit tentative little kids until they come round again, and there you are. Dear one, I know that you're here, and it makes me very happy. You can say that every day in a different, subtle way as we grow. My love, I'm so happy to be here with you. So that's the second part of these beautiful practices. And he says, if you do it with a lot of concentration and mindfulness, you can see a person open up almost immediately. We are yearning as human beings to be seen. We want somebody to notice us in our joy coming round this carousel, or in our sorrow over some small slight or great tragedy. We want somebody to recognize you are here. Oh, and that makes me happy. What a wonderful thing that the presence of another person allows this joy in your heart to rise up even more. You might have felt pretty good, and then when you see somebody, it's like seeing a sunset. You're having a nice day, and then you look out the window, or you're up and walking in the hills, and you see the sunset, and joy rises up in you. We can have that at will. You can choose it by this deep looking. You always would say, well, Thich Nhat Hanh says, you can touch something with your finger. There's might be a beautiful flower. It might be your child just holding their hand. You can touch them with your finger or your hand, but more so touch them with your mindfulness, your presence, your being there, your love. So beautiful. And he says, these are wonderful things, to be with a child that you love and be present for them, to see the sunrise and the sunset or the moon rising, to hear beautiful music. These are marvelous things. But he said, if you're not really present, these are not for you. Oh, what a shame it would be and that's why these opposites, this fear and anger and good and evil, sadness and joy, light and dark. We get preoccupied with the extremes and miss the opportunity to be fully present in the moment. And because of that, the beauty and the joy of all around you is not for you. It's not for you unless you are present. I can remember when I was a kid, my parents weren't walkers. They didn't, they could walk, but they didn't love to go walking out in the countryside. So it wasn't something that we did. And so I'd never really done that until I went to university. And one of the boys in our year liked to go walking and mountaineering. And he became a part of mountain rescue. And I went walking with him one time up in the Lake District. They were I'd gone to help. They trained the dogs to find people. And then you can go and volunteer to go hide somewhere, and the dogs will come and find you. And they're young dogs that they're training to do this. And so what happened was, never having really done that much in my life, I got to see it through his eyes and to see the incredible joy it brought him to be in this beautiful setting. And it was like, oh, so not only are you changed when you begin to be fully present, other people change by being with you. So it's a blessing and a benefit for all of us. So the Buddha says the past is no longer there. The future is not yet here. There is only this moment. in which life is available. And he said to meditate is to bring your body and mind into the present moment. Don't miss your appointment with life. Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed my appointment. I was late. I was busy doing other things. Too late. It's gone. So you can do the same kind of practice with the sunrise. You know, you look at the sunrise, I know that you're here, and it makes me happy. Recognizing it makes it even more joyful. So that's the second of these beautiful mantras. Dear one, I am here for you. Dear one, I know that you're here and it makes me happy, full of joy. And we move to the third one. He says, you know, when you're living mindfully, it's easy to notice when somebody around you is struggling. It's easy to miss when you're distracted. You know, you might just think they were being unkind, or they were a bit rushed and didn't pay much attention. But when you're centered, then you see, oh my goodness, this person I love is suffering. This is the essence of compassion, to see and to know in that quiet, in that stillness, in that balance, that this person you love is suffering. So the next one is, dear one, I know that you are suffering. That's why I'm here for you. I'm here for you. There is something so powerful and beautiful in this. It's different to, you know, a lot of people just get this just a smidge wrong and end up being codependent, which means that they enable other people's poor behavior and think it's love. The great blessing of compassion is that a person of compassion sees somebody else's suffering, can feel it in their being, but they recognize the difference between this soul and that soul. That you are present and able to feel this joy within, even in suffering. And you also are aware that you are there to help if there's something you can do. You know, it's like, I'm here, I'm present. I see you. I know you're struggling. And then being open of heart. And sometimes you just get this wonderful insight. Sometimes it's just a kind word. Or you see something of the root of their suffering and you're able to help them with it. Sometimes it's just love. Another prayer at the end of your day. Your soul, the divine within, will let you know if this is something else if there's something else you need to do. Really, all we need to do is be present. Dear one, I know that you're suffering. That's why I'm here for you. So, even before you do something for that person, they very often will feel some relief already, feeling like, I have been seen. Somebody recognizes the pain I'm in. which lightens the load almost immediately. That's what a devotee who learns to be present is able to do. And Thich Nhat Hanh said something that is so beautiful that I'm going to just read it. When that person feels loved, they feel relieved. He says, when this happens, your presence is a miracle. Your understanding is a miracle. And it is a miracle that you're able to offer this aspect of your love immediately, right now in this moment. So let's take a moment and do this one. And maybe you take into mind someone who's dear to you, who you know is going through a lot, or at least something that you're able to sense in your quiet that this person is suffering. And just closing your eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths. And you can say it out loud in the quiet of your own meditation area, or you can just say it internally. You can even say it out loud to the person, whatever feels best for you and for them. Dear one, I know that you're suffering. That's why I'm here for you. And just at your own time, repeat it 4 more times. And recognize your willingness to be of service to this person, if there's anything you're called to do. Jai. And then just bring your awareness back. So let's try to be there, present for ourselves, for life around you, and for the people you love. What a blessing to be seen by someone who loves you. Namaste. Have a wonderful week.